it's Nazara from Nazara's Fine Crafts, and today we're going to learn double popcorn stitch, as you see right here and in the picture right here. It's this dark orange one. And if you like this kind of tutorial, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. And let's go ahead and get into learning how to do this stitch. So to do this stitch, you do it in multiples of 6 plus 1. So for this tutorial, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And then plus 1 is 25. So that's multiples of 6 plus 1. So 25 altogether. And then you single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and then 2 single crochet in the next chain. So skip that one, and then 1, 1 and 2. Oh, come on. Chain 1 again. Skip 1 chain and 1 single crochet in the next 3 chains. So skip that one, and then 1, 2, 3. And then repeat that pattern all the way through. So chain 1, skip 1, 2 single crochets in that one, chain 1, skip 1, and then single crochet in the next 3. 2 and 3. Hold on just a minute. I gotta turn my yarn bowl around because it is not helping me pull this yarn out. There we go. Alright, so repeat that pattern again. Chain 1, skip 1, 2 single crochets in that same stitch, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, skip 1, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next 3. Oh, so at the end, sorry, with 1 single crochet in each of the last 2 chains. So you do that 2 in the same chain 1, skip 1, and then you only have 2. So for the next row, we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip our first single crochet and double crochet in the next stitch. 1, skip the chain, and 1 popcorn stitch in the next single crochet, which a popcorn stitch is when you do 5. Let me just show you. So we're skipping that. So 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it looks like a shell. You leave this hook. I pulled my loop really long, so I pull my hook out. I count back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I insert my hook right after that 5. Insert my hook in that stitch. Grab my loop, tighten the loop down, and pull through, and it makes a popcorn stitch. So you chain 1, and 5 double crochet in that next stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5. Then make that loop really long. Count back 5. Insert your hook. Insert the loop and pull the loop through. And you see how it's making your popcorn stitches right there. And then after that, you're going to skip 1 chain and double crochet in the next 3. So skip that chain and then 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then repeat from there to the end. So skip 1 chain, popcorn stitch in this next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert, pull through, and then chain 1 and popcorn stitch in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry if you're hearing noises. My husband and my son are home, so the house is pretty busy today. Okay, so skip chain 1 and 1 double crochet in each of the next 3. So skip the chain and then 1, 2, and 3. Goodness, that's curly. Let's see how well it straightens out soon. Alright, and then repeat 1 more time. Skip the first chain and popcorn stitch. So skip that space. Popcorn stitch in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't know if you've noticed, so there's a difference between a popcorn stitch and a puff stitch. So the popcorn stitch is where you do the 5 chain and like we're doing, and then we pull out of the loop and pull it together. A puff stitch is when you is basically a DC 5 tog, or I'd like to show you, but I really don't want to mess up this pattern right now. I guess here. So a puff stitch is when you do it and you don't go through all the double crochets, and then you end up with, I believe it's 6 loops on your hook. and then you pull it through all of those. Now you notice that it puffs out the back. You can push it through to puff out the front, but it's not as good. But you see the difference between those two? One's less defined than the other. So we're going to go ahead and pull that back out and do our popcorn stitch. So 1, about to do puff stitch again, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's our popcorn stitch. Then we double crochet, skip that chain, double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. So far we've got 3 sets of popcorn stitches. The next one, we're going to popcorn stitch. We're going to skip that chain 1, popcorn stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. Pull through. Chain 1. And popcorn stitch in the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Join together, and so for that last part, we're going to skip the chain. We're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and then 2 in that very last chain, which will be difficult to find, but you can do it. So that's our first row. It's kind of kinky, but as we go on, it'll get better. All right, for the third row, we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this first double crochet, turn our work, of course. We're going to single crochet in that next stitch. So let me go back. So we're going to skip this hole and we're going to go into the next. So single crochet, and then we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip this popcorn stitch and 2 single crochet in this chain 1 space. So 1, 2. So you see how it's between the popcorn stitches? And then we're going to skip this popcorn stitch and we're going to single crochet in each of the 3 double crochets. So skip that one, and 1, 2, 3. So for the next part, we're going to repeat that. So chain 1, skip the popcorn stitch, that first one, 2 single crochets in between the 2 popcorn stitches, chain 1, skip the popcorn stitch, and single crochet in those 3 double crochets, 2 and 3, chain 1, 2 single crochet in between the 2 popcorn stitches, chain 1, single crochet in the 3 double, 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, 2 single crochet between the popcorn stitches, chain 1, and then we're going to do a single crochet. You're going to skip that popcorn stitch, so you're going to single crochet in that double crochet and in the top chain of that 3 chain. So that's the back. You see how it's starting to straighten out a little bit? If we turn it this way, that's the top. So from here, we're going to repeat rows 2 and 3. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn our work. We're going to skip the first single crochet and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Skip the chain 1 space, 1 popcorn stitch in the next single crochet. So basically this popcorn stitch is going in that 2 single crochets we did between the other popcorn stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull long loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I pull this long loop because I don't want to risk accidentally pulling on it and it coming out, and then I've got to recount and everything like that. So it's up to you whether you make that long loop, but I prefer it because it helps me. So skip the chain 1, sorry. And we're going to popcorn stitch in the very next stitch as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Long loop, pull, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull loop through. And then we're going to skip the next chain 1, and we're going to 3 double crochet right above those original double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then skip that chain, that space area. And we're going to popcorn stitch again in those 2 that are between the original popcorn stitch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1. Popcorn stitch in the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to double crochet in those 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Popcorn stitch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, long loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, double crochet again, or popcorn stitch again, 5 double crochets, pull through, double crochet in those 3 below, popcorn stitch in those 2 stitches again, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, popcorn stitch, last one for this row, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets, one in the last rows, last single crochet, and then one in the chain, the beginning chain of the last row. So 2 double crochets, and then you're going to chain 1, turn your work, skip the first double crochet, and you're going to single crochet in that next stitch, chain 1, 2 single crochet between the popcorn stitch, chain 1, skip this popcorn stitch, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in each of those double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 2 single crochet between the popcorn stitches, chain 1, 3 single crochets in those last double crochets, chain 1, 2 single crochets between the popcorn stitches, and this is not in the chain, this is between them in the space, 1, 2, chain 1, 3 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 2 single crochets between the popcorn stitches, and then for the last part skip the popcorn stitch, and we're going to single crochet in that first double crochet and in the third chain of beginning chain of that last row. So there's the start. That's a small swatch of what it is. So this is a really fun texture stitch here. So you just repeat that pattern however, for whatever project you're going to make it. And if you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more like this. I did start a beginner's crochet, so if you're watching this and you are still kind of rusty on crochet, go ahead and I will link it below for the beginners, the very first episode, and then you just go from there. Then I also have a giveaway going on. This is January 2020's. It will end February 1st of 2020. I'll also link that below. Just watch the video. It's got some useful things for us crocheters. And we'll see you next time. Bye.